All right. Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. About that to the hopeful elect of Israel. First off, I want to start off and give all honors and infinite praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who taught us his truth and who rule well. Peace and safety and salutations that they're to you sincere, and you hope for your elect. Scattered abroad across the four winds of this earth. All right, I'm your fellow servant, Malaakia. All right, coming in, okay, with another lesson today. All right, this lesson is going to be going into the next phase in prophecy, the financial collapse. Okay, and this is where we at. Okay, this is where we at. Okay, uh, you know, dealing with you know, biblical prophecy. We're seeing nations, countries, all right, selling off bonds, treasuries. Okay, we're seeing inflation. Okay, within these different digital, not different digital currencies, but within, all right, these different, Salakia, getting the words tied up, the currency, all right, such as the yen, such as the dollar, okay, such as the ruble, etc. All right, all these different currencies that are, within these different nations, all right, they are failing, okay. We're seeing talks of going digital. When you go into the WEF, okay, they was talking about AI, digital assets, tokenization. We're seeing countries step away from the dollar. All right, we're seeing mass layoffs, okay, especially here within the states, so on and so forth. So many different things is happening right now, okay, and these are different stages, okay, that are happening within the financial sector. And if you haven't noticed, gold has been going up, has been increasing. Okay. And yeah, yesterday it was around what you see on the screen, $5,073.10. Today it jumped up an extra 100 something dollars. So it's within the 5,100 area range. Let me just see if I can pull that up real quick. Let's pull up something else. Let me see the gold price chart. Let's see .org. So $51.67. So $5,100.67 currently. And I believe that's a spot price. Okay. And here it is on the graph. I believe that's trading view. Yep. And that was the move that happened earlier today. Right now it's doing a retracement. Um, don't know if it's going to go any further down. But as you can see, gold has just been rallying up. Okay. And it's a reason for that. Okay. Because these nations are stepping away. Okay. Let me see. Let me get back to this.
Ask a,
So now let's go
this
back
is your
to,
World War III.
and this is from a video that I got right here that I want to get into. Okay. This is from Alert. This is from Prepper News Flash. All right. It says alert. Get money out of banks while you still can. Okay. Because what you see right now is happening with the precious metals, the silver, okay, the uh, gold, other metals too as well. All right. The prices of them, okay, are increasing. Okay. The people are stepping away from fiat currency, okay, and trying to get to something tangible, such as metal, such as gold, silver. This is why we're seeing the prices move. And in this video, he breaks it down much more. I'm not gonna do too much talking. Um, Pretty much bring out some precepts, and I found this video very interesting. Okay, because hey man, this is where we at in prophecy. All right, so let me go ahead and start off here. I'm gonna probably play like maybe 15 minutes of this, and I have another video that I want to get into, but we'll see for time's sake, But hey, Lord willing, you Akim or Akwat are edified, man, because hey, we are in the time of this financial collapse. So let me go ahead and play some of it. So I got the CC on caption. So let's go ahead.
This is your World War III update. Okay, so listen. Something big's about to go down. The rich people know it. They're buying gold and silver. Okay, just hear me out. It's about to go down. Now,
And when you look at, you know, I don't know if you're Edomite, Jake, doesn't matter. All right. But he sees something is wrong. He sees something is happening. Okay. And he knows that it's something wrong, all right, with the financial system. Right? He sees something wrong. He sees something happening with the financial system. Okay. I'm looking at the gold price right now. I'm seeing it. It's 51.72 is rising. Okay. It's not the average day Joes, people who are uh buying up, and pushing the price up. It's these big hedge funds, banks, countries, all right, etc. They're buying up the gold. They're the only one that is able to push, all right, price up, right? Because these are the ones, the big players. These are the ones who have the money. Okay, the people who may get maybe an ounce of gold, two, three, maybe four. You have nothing compared, all right, to the billions and trillions of what these people are pouring out into the market. Okay, so you can see the stress on his face, okay, of what is really going on. Major bank runs are on the horizon. If you got your money in any 401ks, you better get that shit out. We've been saying it for years. If you got money just sitting in the bank, hey, if you got some, I would advise you to take it out because major bank runs are coming. At least you want to have some type of cash on you. Is the cash gonna save you in the times that we in? Hell no. Okay, the scripture says, "Riches profit not in the day of wrath." When this collapse happens, your riches is not gonna fucking matter anymore. Your cars are not gonna matter anymore. Your houses is not gonna matter anymore. Your degrees, it's not gonna matter anymore. You know, went to college for all these different years, it's not gonna matter. Okay? The only thing that's gonna matter in the times that we are approaching, okay, is do you have the names of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai? All right. Do you believe, okay, in the names? Okay, not just saying it. Do you truly believe in the names of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai? Okay, because this is what you're gonna have to call on in the time that we are approaching. Many of people are about to lose everything, and when these people lose it, all right, they are truly going to lose it. These people are going to lose it, man, because this is all the hard work that they put, their life into, man. All right, their blood, their sweat, their tears, man. They put everything into it, and when it started to collapse, you're going to see the true nature of the Edomites, the true nature of these heathens, and truly going to see, all right, a beast-like true nature of our people. All right, the so-called Blacks, Latinos, Native American Indians. Okay, so let's go ahead and play the video.
I know that there's a lot of people who chuckle in the comment section who probably watch this channel for comedic relief, thinking that this is a joke. And you're starting to realize that this ain't a joke. Well, I might be a little hyperbolic at times, and well, I could be accused and charged with being a tad alarmist at times. You're going to quickly understand that this is no joke, that everything I talk about is birthed from a genuine place of concern. The preparedness is my fundamental disposition from which I seek to educate myself about the nature of the world. And I can tell you right now, beyond a shadow of a doubt, we are truly living in transformative times. And that is likely a very euphemistic way of characterizing our situation. It is much, much worse than that. Take, for example, the price of gold right now. If you are a gold or a silver holder right now,
And mind you, what he's going to go into, this was a video from yesterday. Yesterday was Monday, 126. Okay, 126.26. And now today is 127. And I'm coming to you around 7:50, which is about to be 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern time, showing you what's really happening. Another high was just broken today. We're about to reach 5,200. We are about to reach 5,200. Maybe probably by the time I get done with this video, it may be it could be close there. It could be close to there. It depends on how much it pushes. Right now, it's like I stated earlier, it's at 51.72. It's just fluctuating in between and out. But we'll see by the end of this video. And I'm just looking at it right now. Okay, live.
you might be feeling like Scrooge McDuck. Here's the problem with this whole thing is that it's a portentous gain. It's bittersweet because on the one hand, you might be seeing this nominal number going up, not understanding that in real terms, $5,000 only buys you what $2,000 did a few years ago. But people forget this. And then you have to look at the quality of what you're purchasing. Is a house of the same quality that it was when it was built in the 1950s versus today? These
And that's, come on, man. When you look at a house today, what do you see? They're putting them up fast, slapping them up. All right, the different materials that they have, they're just throwing it up. You have people online complaining that they just bought a brand new house. They have plumbing issues already. All right, the sheetrock is cheap. That is it's easy to put a hole through the wall. The roof, which goes into the truss. All right, come on, man. It's not being well put together, so you have rain seeping through the house. Come on, these are brand new houses that cost what, five, six, 700,000 for you to even get. I think just a regular three, two family, you probably can get it to 300,000. Barely. This is where we at, man. This is where we at, man. Your dollar does not stretch the same way it did back then. It doesn't. Your dollar does not stretch the same way it did when you were little. I remember, I don't gotta say my age. Okay, I'm in my 30s. So the things of what I could buy when I was a young boy, the things I can buy now, not even a dollar could buy. Showing you that the dollar this shit is trash. It's done, and the inflation is only gonna get worse. The inflation is only gonna get worse, man. All right, let me see if I can get that scripture right quick. Let's get that. I don't need Telegram. I don't need the notes. Let's get this here. They think themselves so good, cheap upon earth. But this is the time we in. I think that second verse is 16. Uh, what was it, 6? Nope, 16. This is the book of Second Ezra 16 and verse 21. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case. See, the people think themselves to be in good case, not knowing what the hell is going on. A whole financial collapse is happening right before their eyes. Inflation, okay, is rising each day more and more. You go to the store, the same thing you tried to buy last year, you can't buy this year. Where do you think we at? And it's going to be a majority of our people that's going to get caught up into this. You Edomites, y'all already through. Y'all going to get caught up into it too as well. All right, the victuals, okay, your necessities, the things that the things that people would normally buy. Okay, at one time it was cheap, but now it's not. It says that they shall think themselves to be in good case. A lot of these people think they still in a good case, man, because they still got a job. They still got a bank account. Babylon is still up and running. They think themselves to still be good. But meanwhile, people getting laid off. You got people sleeping in their cars. Come on, man. Homeless people, all right, at all-time highs. More layoffs to come. People barely able to pay their rent. Rent is going up. Mortgage is going up. Interest rates, they're trying to put it down, but driving a dollar even much more down to the ground. We in the phase of prophecy of the financial collapse, man. And soon to come shortly after that is what? The chip. They already got the martial law troops. All right. They got everything planned. World War III is on the horizon. We told y'all the chip got to come before World War III, man. It's coming. Okay. They already got the financial plumbing for the digital assets. All right. Me and the elder priest Ash, all right, from GMS Tampa. All right. Come on. We've been doing lessons on it. I think we up to episode 12, I believe, or 13. I believe we somewhere between there. So this is where we at, man. It's where we at. It says, Second Ezra 16:21, Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case. It reads, And even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great tribulation. You see, the evils are growing. Okay, each day you're hearing about people just offing themselves, people offing parents, or children offing parents, people dismembering people, people locked up into different houses. We're seeing ICE coming in, all right, raping women. Okay, people are getting deleted in the street on camera. Come on, things is increasing, man. It says sword, famine, and great confusion. Right now, we're in a time of great confusion with these people. Okay, these people don't understand what time we are in. Famines are coming. Famines are arising. Sword, okay, is increasing. People are going to gun ranges. All right, people are buying up, pew pews, bullets. This is where we at, man. And when this collapse come, that famine is going to kick up even much more. So let's go back to the video.
Matchboxes with the house made of literal cardboard, MDF, whatever the hell it's called. Okay, but that's just one example. Now listen, the market cap, and this is how you know shit is about to pop, because the rich people are the ones who are fueling this rise in precious metals. We are talking about a leap from around $12 trillion in market capitalization. That means the value of all the gold in the world was valued in 2022 at around $12 trillion. It has nearly tripled in price. $34 trillion. Now, where did all that money come from? Because the last I checked, the stock market is still pumping, right? So this means that money didn't come from the stock market yet, because the stock market is at levels that are the highest in terms of relative valuation in human history using the Shiller PE ratio. The only other time was during the dot-com bubble, and arguably This bubble is worse because it's concentrated into the hands of the big 7 or 8 tech stocks. Now, if you understand that this time is not like any of the previous spikes, let's look at the price of gold. People often reference 1980, okay, when the price of gold spiked, and the price of silver when the market was cornered by, I believe it was the Hunt brothers. They cornered the market. They cranked the price up to like $50. Okay, just crazy valuation for the time. At that same time, when price discovery was trying to figure itself out after the money printing and going off the gold standard, things kind of leveled off. They peaked at about $800 in 1980, and then they went down. And then they went up again. They rocketed. Okay, this is back when Alex Jones was cool. This is 2011 when he still kept it real and he wasn't a total grifter. $1,900 an ounce it rose to. Now, I want you to pay attention to something. That was after the market bottom. Okay? People say, well, this is just another blow off top. This time is different. Nah, we are in it. This is in hyperinflation. There wasn't a world war going on then. There wasn't artificial general intelligence right on the horizon. There wasn't as much of a potential for a cyber attack, something that could bring down the whole system. Now, I think the rich are preparing for a very extended bank holiday. That means if you have money in the bank, you're either not going to be able to access it because the banks are just going to go bust. And if they do, you're only insured to a certain extent. And maybe this is when the government ushers in CBDCs or something. Every government's going to be.
And that's where we're going to, man. Okay? They're getting ready to usher in a new system. They don't need to have this old system anymore. We're entering into the time to where they're getting ready to usher in, all right, this new system. Okay? Like he was going into to usher in the CBDCs. Here it is. Big talks of talking about stable coins. Okay? Big talks of waiting on the Clarity Act. Okay? Waiting, it was supposed to be passed today. They didn't pass it. But now you have with what's that? I believe it's 2 days from now, Thursday. Okay, Lord willing, they can come in with a decision with that. Okay, but then on top of that, you have a government shutdown, and they said that it costs how much millions or billions per day that the government is shut down. Just look at the chart. I remember because I started trading around, let me see, 2026, 2025, so 2024, right? So about 2 years now. Okay, and around March of so 2 years, March will make 2 years. Okay, about me trading. And I remember the price of gold was half this. It was around, I think it was around 2200, 2300. Come on, man. And looking at the price right, I'm looking at it right now. It's at 5184. It's still climbing. Okay, it's still climbing. You know, see, there goes my alarm going off. I'm already happen to be in a trade already. Okay. So this thing is getting ready to hit, like I said, probably 5200 while I'm doing the video. I wish I can. Oh, you know what? Hold on. You know what? I just got that. I got this on the background. Give me 1 second. I wish you can see it. Wish you can see it. Uh, Let me see. Let's do this. Meditative. Wonder why it won't let me do it. Well, right now it's at 5185. I don't know if you see that big long candle. You have to turn your head through the screen. Shit, might as well throw another one in. All right. So, hey, quick one. So, a little small one. But other than that, Gold price is rising. Okay. I'm just because I know prophecy, I'm taking advantage of it. But the next world to come, all right, of Esau's wicked system, all right, me and the priest Ash have been going into it, all right, the backbone of this next society, okay, what Esau's trying to bring in his NWO, okay, this devil, okay, is looking, okay, he's looking to collapse his system and to bring in his agenda, okay, and to bring in these different digital assets, okay, this is what this devil is doing. Okay, and this is where we at. Okay, let's go back to the video.
Different if you own stocks and you trade on one of these exchanges that is facilitated by said bank, then you don't hold the stock certificate. So all those ones and zeros you have on the screen are just that. They only exist because of the grid. The grid goes down, it's gone. You can't use ATMs. You can't use e-commerce. You can't even possibly transact if those banking systems are down, and they will be overloaded. You know what a denial of what do they call it? A denial of service attack. When too many people flock to a website at one time, they can only hold so much bandwidth. I don't know what the terminology is, but the same thing is going to be true when you're trying to, access emergency services or use the phones in an emergency. Those cell towers can only support 2,000 or so, most of them, between 1,500 to 2,500 callers at any given time. You get everybody trying to call at the same time, it's not going to work. So the rich, they know this. That's why they're cranking up this price. Not like they're not trying to crank up the price. In fact, they've wanted the media to keep this on the down low. And if you don't think they have the strings to say, yeah, we're not going to focus on that story right now, you don't think they've been buying all the way up? Now, only now, because it's 5,000, right? It's you cannot avoid the number if you tried. Only now are they calling attention to it because maybe they got what they needed. Maybe they've bought what they want and they've got.
You see, right now while I'm doing this video, and I said it earlier at the beginning that it was going to be at 5,200. Right now it's at 5,200, and it's still climbing. The collapse is here, man. Hey, man, this thing is about to reach new levels. Each day is going up by 100. $100, sometimes two. You see? So that next financial system, which they're going to incorporate, all right, the XRP, the ledger, you know, they're getting ready to push this, man. That chip is on its way. It's coming very fast.
Their position established to prepare for whatever is coming. Now, take a look at what's different from now and 2008, because this is not the same. And the reason why I use actually 2011 was the last big spike in gold. And then it traded sideways pretty much for what? I don't know, 12, 13 years. Okay, and it took another 12 years or so to hit a new high. There was a new high that was hit during COVID, but it was very short-lived. This one is far more enduring, obviously. Now, what's different now? Well, for starters, back then, the stock market, back in 2008, take a look at this, guys. Back in, or 2011, this is when gold peaked, okay? The stock market was, it was just kind of mediocre priced. It was not ripping like we're seeing right now. Far cry from the dot-com bubble. But then the cheap money started to come into the system. And people started to realize, okay, they're going to keep pumping this bubble up with QE, more QE. So it was more profitable.
The QE would be quantitative easing. If you don't know it, look it up.
At that time to rebalance your portfolio and move into the stock market to get these gains, to capitalize on this massive jump in valuation that has occurred. Well, here's the difference. Because right now, the price of gold is sky high, but the market cap, or the Shiller PE ratio, which is an average of how overvalued the entire stock market is, or various stocks within the, I think the top 500 stocks in the stock market is, at any given time, is almost at record highs. So how much higher can that actually go is the question, right? And
Hey, whew, that's the question. How much more higher can it go? How much more higher can it go? You see, if it's at a market cap close to what it was around 2008 and it's almost there and it's approaching, how much more higher can it go? We're getting ready to start to see a financial collapse worse than what we've seen in 2008.
this, the only way this is possible is because of foreign investment. So if people are going to start divesting from the US economy as we exit the age of multilateralism and globalization and we move to these geopolitical spheres of influence, then this naturally has to come down. It can't go up that much further. So where are people going to put that money? People are going to be scrambling into gold and silver, and it's already at.
And this is where you see the prices are increasing. People are trying to place their money into something else because the dollar currency is very unstable. Like I said, the other different currencies, they're unstable as well. They're unstable. The US dollar, fickle, fragile. Any moment. Any moment. Okay? You can wake up and see that this place, all right, is turned itself upside down even much more worse than what it is. Hey, that's a spirit. Keep your eyes on the prize, man. All right, because this place is about to fall.
Record heights. This is totally hyperinflation. I mean, maybe not hyperinflation like Weimar.
But we're on the rise of it. One day you're gonna wake up and try to go to work, get you some gas, and that shit's gonna be 10, 20, $30 a gallon. You try to go get you some bread, guess how much you think that's gonna be? You people think them, like the scripture says, the people think themselves to be in good case. Because hey, everything is gonna change at that moment. Everything is gonna change at that moment. Ah, come on. What is this? Eat those. All right, give me 1 second. That just threw me off. Damn. Back to the
Influence,
video.
then this naturally has to come down. It can't go up that much further. So where are people going to put that money? People are going to be scrambling into gold and silver, and it's already at record heights. This is totally hyperinflation. I mean, maybe not hyperinflation like Weimar Republic, but this is a lot of inflation. That's what this is pricing in. Now, people will also reference the debt to GDP ratio, and they'll say things like, well, you know, the debt to GDP ratio is only 120%. Only 120%. That's a lot. That means that the amount of debt we owe, and I'm looking at the United States, Canada is more or less the same. It's about half of this, I believe. I think our debt to GDP ratio is about half of what it is in the United States. Nonetheless, if that ship sinks, we're tethered to it. We're going right down with it. Now, if you look in 2011, the debt to GDP ratio was around 95. So you might say to yourself, well, okay, you know, it's up, but it's still manageable. But the problem is, at that time, how they measured gross domestic product was different. Like, our market is way more financialized right now. That means we make less and less stuff than we did even back then. I mean, arguably, you know, that was the time when the Chinese really started to supplant U.S. manufacturing, and that's when China was roaring at its peak. But we still had more going on then than we do today. And so our GDP is being pumped up by this fake money, by this service based economy. We don't make anything anymore, and this is part of the problem. This is why the crash is going to be so miserable. This is why all the elites are trying to sell people this lie that don't worry, we're about to enter into the age of abundance, and you're going to have a 3D nanotech printing machine that is going to build you whatever you want from the molecular scale upwards. You're going to have that in your house. You're going to have your own personal robot. It's going to do all the work. You can just sit back there and watch sludge, AI, brain rot, slop.
And this is what they've been talking about, man. Okay? If you watch the WEF, the World Economic Forum, this is what they was talking about. Okay? It's gonna be to the point to where it's no need for humans. You see? It's about let's get this here in the book Ecclesiastes. Because things is about to start shutting down much more than what you see. See, America, Babylon the Great is on its way, man. It's falling. It's falling, man. Ecclesiastes 12, verse 3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, all right, you're going to these analysts, financial analysts, the chief economists, the ones who watch over, the economy, looking at the statistics, looking at the interest rates, job market, okay, the numbers. They're seeing this and they're trembling because they can see that this thing is it's going to be worse than 2008. And the strong man shall bow themselves, okay, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. The grinders are going to cease much more than what you've been seeing by the displacement of AI. You see them, they're writing all the different executive orders, laws to put into place to fast track this AI because, hey, they know that the dollar is done and they're putting the systems in check. Hey, that look like the elder, what's that? The elder video. Hey, look, just like that too. All right. This what I'm looking at something on the computer, Salakia. But it reads, it says, and the door shall be shut in the streets, okay? Jobs, buildings, etc. And the door shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low. These factories, warehouses, shit gonna get real. Much layoffs are happening and will happen. Okay? People gonna wake up trying to look for work, can't get work. People's hope because they're gonna be losing families, losing wives. We already starting to see it. The epidemic of the so-called white woman leaving her man. His power is being stripped. It says when the sound of the grinding is low, it's gonna get to the point to where having a job is gonna be scarce. You're gonna wish that you had a job. For those who got a job right now, you should wish and hope that you can keep that job because time is coming to where you when you don't got a job anymore, you're not gonna be able to provide for your family. But when the collapse come, guess what? Everybody gonna be on the same playing field, but the elect. We have the supreme advantage, okay, over all right, these people, man. By Hashem Yahweh Shai has given us, okay, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, all right, of the world and within this truth. He's showing us how how this financial collapse is happening, man. He told us this years ago. You can go back on the page and go years back. We talked about it was going to be a financial collapse. Not only just with the dollars, with the money, everything else that's tied to is going to collapse. And this is going to be their way for them to bring in their new world order. When America falls, when the dollar falls, everybody else is going to fall too as well. And Esau Edom's going to have a solution to get everybody back online. That's why they're passing everything with with the digital IDs, all right, the CBDCs. Okay, we're seeing it happening. Okay, and if you ain't got the spirit on you to be able to discern and to be able to see what's happening, you will get caught up, man. You will get caught up. Let me see where was I? What was I? Ecclesiastes 12:4. And he shall rise up with the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. And we're seeing, okay, this financial system collapse. We're seeing Esau Edom, his power structure collapse. Okay, we're seeing the things of what the scriptures, all right, had told us before. We're seeing this place crumble. We're seeing this place fall, man. I got a little bit more on this
all day.
video.
Or they're trying to build out a panopticon, a turnkey totalitarian society that they're going to turn on because they're going to own all the data. Okay, if you know that this shit's about to bust, all right? If you know that this debt bubble, this debt bomb is about to blow, and you don't have any means of industry anymore, you know it's going to take decades to bring all that shit back online, especially if we go to war, which they're about to. You know that you're going to have to manage the population. That's what ICE is about. That's what the National Guard deployment's about. I've talked about that at length. The same thing here in Canada. They got to get the guns because the last thing they want is in this austere world that awaits, this dystopian world. And that's the best scenario. Best case is cyberpunk. Worst case is Mad Max. You got to pick one of those. They got to get people on lockdown. They got to push us. They got to test us to see what we will comply with.
And that's what they've been doing. Okay. This is what Esau Edom has been doing. He's going to explain a little bit more to it. Okay. How everything happens in phases, and he's grooming the people. He's conditionalizing the people, man, by the way of gradualism. Okay. Because he's seeing how far the people can go before he has to really truly come down, and we in a time of that, man, that Revelation 12:12.
And when they get that people are starting to really push too hard and people are starting to realize, hey, we outnumber the 0.00001% and their henchmen by 10,000 to 1, then they'll pull back a little bit. But we've already been primed to the next level. Just like COVID, okay? So they got us all used to the mask. They seen what we would put up with. Finally, people just broke. They're like, we've had enough of this shit. We're taking our trucks, we're taking our tractors, we're taking our semis, we're going to Parliament until they get rid of these bullshit laws. They did that, but not without a fight, not without invoking the Emergency Powers Act and freezing people's bank accounts. That was their final gift to us. Now, they've rolled it back, but now they're coming for the guns here in Canada. The federal government is at odds with the provincial and municipal governments. In the same way, in the United States, the feds are at odds with the state. This is why, I presume, one of the cardinal truths of libertarianism, beliefs, is that you want less federal government controls. This is why people don't like the globalists, because the further removed you are from the centralization of control. You want decentralized everything. But what they're doing with these AIs is centralizing everything so that when the shit finally pops and when they know there's going to be these dystopian breadlines in the future, they'll have everybody's number. Biometric ID. They'll have, you'll have a $2,000 phone, but you won't be able to afford food. Do you think that's really an accident?
And that's what they've been doing all along. All right. Keeping you people distracted, keeping you people not knowing what the hell is going on, you know, throwing a bunch of bullshit in your face. Okay. But you people don't understand that everything that has been happening has been nothing but just psyops. All right. You haven't been noticing the different things they've been doing, playing on the people's mind, the people's heart. Here it is. They got it to where they got ICE laying you Edomites down, man, putting your own people down, changing up your whole government, shutting your government down. This is what they're doing. This is the next phase in prophecy, man, the financial collapse, and it's only going to get worse. Be prepared to see more job losses. Okay? I got another video that I want to do, but I just probably make a part two of this. I just probably put part one, and I'll do the other one part two later on because I want to start to get into the bonds. Okay? The bond sell-offs, China, Japan, other nations as well. Okay? I got another video according to that with the former World Bank director. I forgot his name. Forgot his name, but it's a video documentary going into that too as well by Sean Ryan Clips. All right, and he was sitting on the chair and he was going into the state of the economy. You know, nations are stepping away from the dollar. All right, the dollar is what's that? The dollar is it's at its end, man. The dollar is at its end, and you got to be prudent to be able to see these different things, man. That's why the Lord has the body. Okay, so hey, just a quick lesson I want to get into going into the financial collapse here in America, Babylon the Great, and the world. Okay, because this worldwide event that's getting ready to come, it's getting ready to shake everyone up. All right, just a quick lesson I want to get into, showing you, all right, the severity of where we at in prophecy. Okay, so if you got your money in banks, you got to get it out now, because any day you can wake up, try to get money, you're not gonna be able to get it. All right. So, hey, Lord willing. All right. This lesson was edifying. I did to you, Akim, Wath. I want to give all honors and infinite praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who taught us his truth and who ruled well. Peace and safety and salutations that they're to you sincere and you hopefully elect. Scattered abroad across the four winds of this earth. All right. I'm your fellow servant, Malaakia. Shalom.